Hey there, what is up, plant community? If you like my videos, go ahead, give me a like, share, and thumbs up. And leave a comment down below if you have any questions or comments or even ideas that could possibly help me out, or even friendly suggestions. And of course, hit that bell icon so that way you can stay up to date on all my videos. So, I just want to start out with saying, I usually try to upload a video every week. Um, this might this might not happen as often for a little bit because somebody who used to be in my life passed away. It was my grandpa, so videos being uploaded might take a minute or two, or might not be uploaded at all once every week or once every. I mean, I try to get to it when I can, and I try to upload videos when I can. But yeah, like Monday, I have plans on doing a video. Well, then some things happened with my grandpa, and I just never got around to actually making the video. So this is going to be that video now of me giving you guys an update. This video is going to be an update on my cycads and my palms on how they are doing this year. So, the first plant I want to show is my Japanese cycad. It is doing amazing. The fronds are still soft and kind of tender. They have not hardened off yet. It's gave me 4 fronds, which is wonderful. I know during the winter time, it was by a full spectrum grow light that I moved all my prehistoric plants to some other place. And so what happened was is this would start growing out really long fronds, and they just died off because they weren't getting the adequate lighting it needed. So it learned that summertime is the time for it to put out the growth as the old fronds died back. So doing really good out here, doing wonderfully. I'm gonna let it start to experience cooler temps during October, because October has just become an extended summer for us. We're also currently in drought. All that dry grass. But we'll start to get rain near the end of summer around October. So just gotta keep everything watered out here until then. And then here we have my pygmy date palm, which is my centerpiece on the porch. It has a bit of yellowing here, but that's okay. I'll just cut that off. I ain't gonna cut it off right now because it still has some green, so I'll wait for it to go completely yellow before I that hurt. Rosebush just poked me. Before I actually fully cut that frond off over here, because there's just no need to whenever it still has some green. But of course, I guess I could go ahead and do that. But yeah, it's doing really good. I've kept it in the shade. They put, wow, holy crap, so sorry. Really, really about lost my camera there. I hit that and it went everywhere. I am so sorry about that. I was trying to get in here to show you guys that they put 3 palms in here. So, yeah, that would be nice. I would like just 1, but then again, 3 is alright. The only issue with 3 is they can outgrow the pot fairly quickly with 3, in my opinion. I have kept it in shade because used to, whenever I put them right here, where they were getting more direct sun, which of course it's cloudy right now, so we're not getting no direct sun, it would fry. So it's up here on the porch, seems to be doing good. My theory is I have to wait for them to get more of a trunk before they can take more direct sunlight, because you know they're little, they're basically babies right now, so they're more growing on the canopy floor, the floor of the understory of the trees of where they would naturally grow. So They probably wouldn't peek their heads out right now until they do get a trunk on them or something like that. So, yep, that's them. And then we have my Majesty Palm, which is looking fairly nice, fairly good. Um, it does have a bit of burn on it. The burn is from whenever I took it out here. It was doing good for the winter. I was like, well, if it's doing good during the winter, it'll do fine in the summertime too. I just bring it in and bring it out in the front porch during the winter. And yeah, it kind of fried a bit. But of course, I'm keeping them on because, again, they still have green foliage, so it's still photosynthesizing. And yeah, I learned that our sun is way more weaker here in Indiana during the winter than it is during the summer months. So, not gonna do that again. I learned my lesson there. But it's doing good. It's doing really well. Even though some of the fronds are starting to fry out and are fried from the sun. Like this one here, it's not due to nutrient deficiencies or anything. It's just an old frond, and old fronds eventually give way for new fronds, which is what we're seeing here. All these nice, beautiful new fronds. And if I get in here, we are getting a bit of a trunk on it, which is amazing. I would love to get it with a trunk. I think I would be the first guy here to grow one with a trunk here in Indiana. And then here we have my fishtail palm, which is smaller than what it originally was. This growth hasn't came out any. I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to divide it, split it up. Gonna have to ask the girl at Northern Tropics how I go about doing that because I have no clue on how to go about doing that. And I don't want to lose this palm because honestly, I liked the palm and I liked it when it was bigger and it was blowing in the wind and things. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. Maybe even look up some videos myself on YouTube about it. All right, then we're gonna go over here to my Diune spinulosum, which is another cycad species. Not sure where it's native to, but these fronds are starting to harden off now. It did take a bit of damage from Japanese beetles, which are not native to Indiana. Dang beetles, hate them. Um, but yeah, during the winter, I actually let it experience a bit of cold, and it did fairly good. Um, I kind of slowly acclimated it and to take cold, and Christmas was our coldest yet, so I kept it outside during the holidays. And when I got home, I was debating on taking it in. I was like, no, I'll just keep it outside. Well, then I lost two fronds doing that. The fronds literally blew off the cycad. And yeah, after that, I was like, oh no. Oh, is this thing going to make it? Because these fronds were starting to die off. As you can see, they still kind of are. Which I keep it because, the brown looks a little nice in the sun, but yeah, I'm keeping those fronds until we get these guys going, which I might still keep them because they are still green. So until they completely fry off, then yeah, I'm keeping them. Just to help this guy out, I did repot him. Some of the roots did break, and I guess that's one of the number one rules is you don't let those roots break, but it's doing good. It's still doing good. It's growing. It's in a much bigger pot, plastic pot, so next time when I do have to repot it, I won't have to worry about the roots. And it will be staying outside this year, mainly for the winter, so that's another one of my cycads. I'll be staying outside, along with the majority of my palms. Which some of my palms, like these guys right here, do stay outside. These are my fan palm species, the only two fan palm species I've got. So this is my Chinese fan palm. It's doing really good, looking great. Probably could go ahead and give it a bigger pot. It it's been surviving the winters here. I don't really let any of my palms experience frost. Even though this guy can take a little bit of frost, I don't want it to take frost. I don't want that foliage damaged, even though it comes back relatively fast. I don't want it to experience that yet. And I don't want it to experience it ever, unless it gets so big to say where, okay, I'm going to have to put it in the ground, because it's a risk here to put palms in the ground, because sometimes we still get the -0 degrees Fahrenheit here. It's like we're at zone 6, then we go to zone 5, like in one little cold snap. And then this here is my windmill palm. It was doing good. I put it in shade for a little bit. Now I have it taken direct sunlight. It's doing good. It's real slow on putting out those fronds, though. I will give it that. It is quite slow putting out the fronds. But that's good, though, because I can't really, again, plant them in the ground. So slower growing palms is okay. Some of them I'll have to take into the house if it gets too cold. I'm doing really good, though. Really good. It's got this coming up, and it's got a new spear in there, so it's doing good in the pot. Probably not ideal for it, as it gave me much in the way of a trunk, but it's getting there. It'll get there. And then over here, even though it's not a palm, but it looks like a palm, so I'm going to put it in this video. This is my Cordyline australis. Most people here plant them, but they don't try to protect them or anything like that. They also don't zone push, because here, most of us are poor and ain't got the money to zone push. The max of our zone pushing is zone pushing in pots, especially for us in government housing. It's doing good. It's still got some of these older leaves, which are from the cold. I think I had it take down to 33 one time with snow on it, and I let it take a bit of snow a couple times, but it's doing good. It's even got a little bit of a trunk on it. That part's fresh right here, so that's awesome. And then, I know I said I was going to do more bonsai videos, but I kind of got a little bit of a surprise. And it's this guy right here. My queen palm. A palm I have been wanting for a long, long time, and I finally got it, and I'm happy. It's pretty tall. It's taller than me. I made the mistake of, because they were small, and so I thought it was maybe coming up to my waist or something. I got, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's not small. I mean, it might be small to the growers, but so it's doing good. It's got some damage, because I guess when they got it from Northern Tropics, they didn't know that they were growing them in a greenhouse, because normally people in Florida, they just plop them in the ground, let them grow, dig them up, try to save as much roots as they can to keep the palms living, and they plop them in nursery pots. And when they do that, they then ship them off and sell them. Well, no, not these guys. I guess they kept them growing in a nursery pot, and they kept them growing in a greenhouse. So that's interesting. So when they got them, they did kind of fry. So like, these here are some of the old fronds that are starting to fry. As you can see here, they're getting brown. I just went ahead and kind of pretty much plopped them in the ground, and, well, not really plopped them in the ground, plopped the pot in the ground, because again, I'm going to have to dig them up if it gets too cold. And yeah, it's doing good, though. It's getting this new spear on it, which is looking lovely. Lovely queen palms. I love them because they just look so great blowing in the wind. And then in here, I got a new spear growing on it. Now, I have been checking it every day though for scale or anything like that, because I know my friend at Northern Tropics has issues with that, but I'm also going to let mine experience some cold, so maybe that won't be a major issue for me. I did give it proper palm fertilizer, so that should really quicken the growth up and help the growth of this guy. During winter, I won't give it no fertilizer because they're not going to be actively growing. I'm not sure about the queen palms, if they will still grow during the winter, because it's going to be experiencing cooler temps. So if I do give it any fertilizer, it's going to be very little and very maximum of the fertilizer. As you can see, this still is not fully up, so when that fully comes out, he'll probably be taller than me. I might try to zone push this in Indiana when it starts getting more and more warmer, like when we officially become a zone 6. I think I might. I mean, we technically are a zone 6, but we're not like fully zone 6. Sometimes we snap to 5 on cold snaps, but I might plant the ground and try to push it. Maintenance says I can't plant trees. Well, palms aren't technically a tree, they're a species of grass, so got you there, sir. So, yeah, then we'll go around back and I'll show you the palms around back. Alright, we are around back. Over here we have my other species of clumping palm. It is a bamboo palm. It's done a little bit of growing, but not too much growing. I think it's not used to being outside, so it'll take some time for it to adjust, but it'll get there. It was grown for a little bit, and it's still looking good. I'm giving it palm fertilizer, so that should help it out. And then over here, I got my other species of clumping palm. I have my finger lady, or lady finger palm. It's also doing really good out here. It's starting to put out a little bit of shoots on the bottom. And then over here, we have my parlor palm, which is also doing good out here, surprisingly. And it's put out some new growth, some bigger fronds. Alright, so that's really my palm update here. It's really all I got for you. I ain't got a big collection of palms, but I got a decent collection. I mean, I live in an apartment, so better to have some good looking palms than none at all, in my opinion. So that's really it for the day. I hope you guys, of course, enjoy the video. Have a good rest of the day.